Hi everyone, I'm Stan from Eagle Vision. I'm here with Dr. Jamie Sherrah. Jamie, welcome.
Stan.
So we're talking about machine learning and artificial intelligence and how some of these tools that have just been coming out can be utilized and how to make it productive and ultimately more profitable for property developers to use these systems. So Jamie, in this episode, let's talk about optimization. How can these tools be used for optimizing either existing designs or maybe some of the supply chain consultants, stuff like that?
Yeah, good question. So, optimization is a really key part of, from a technical point of view, from machine learning. Mm-hmm. So basically being able to put in a lot of data to solve some problem and getting out, some good answers or best solutions or decisions. Yep. And so there's lots of ways that this could be useful, maybe not in that kind of traditional sense. For example, with ChatGPT, you could use it for brainstorming to say, what if this, what if that? Yep. Going through different scenarios and seeing what kind of predictions.
As you mentioned, you can take in some weather patterns and then perhaps predict availability of materials. Is that something what you think about?
Well, if you use ChatGPT there, because it's a language model, it would have to be in very general terms. So then we're getting onto the kind of time series analysis that's been around for decades in machine learning, where we would have historic data of different variables like, weather, interest rates, population growth and house prices, all those things. And be able to use that historic data to learn patterns to predict what might happen in the future. So these models, of course, they don't know the future any better than we do. Things can change rapidly with global events and pandemics and things, and no one can predict that, and neither can the algorithm. But, based on the conditions now and how they relate to historic incidents, or just taking into account seasonalities of different variables and how they interact, that a machine learning model would be able to come up with predictions of whatever you're interested in and give a range prediction or a confidence interval for that as well. So it's not just a number, but it's, here's the highs and lows, or under different scenarios of, interest rates going up or down, this is what could happen.
And so how would a system like that be utilized in perhaps optimizing your consultants at various stages of the development process?
So again, back to ChatGPT, if in its data set that it was trained on, ChatGPT knows about these consultants, then you could ask, name me 10 architects that are really good at working with steel and curved glass or something. And it could suggest them, and you could ask it to explain why and what they've done in the past and drill into those details. So it's really, it saves you a lot of time in the research about what consultants you could use.
And could you even ask it a more general question of what kind of consultants would you recommend in using if this was the kind of a project that I was undertaking?
Yeah, certainly it can handle those kind of specific reasoning cases, but you need to check the output yourself, because it could suggest somebody who doesn't even exist. That's always a possibility at the moment.
Yeah, right. So, and that sort of brings me to the next question of, for a developer to know when to launch a project is a really important question. Could any of these machine learning tools be used for that?
Yes, again, I think in general terms, ChatGPT could be useful if you say, considering these things, what's the best kind of time to launch my project, and it could give you some things to consider and maybe make a very high level prediction. Again, if you have variables that you think are related, and you could do time series prediction about what will happen in the future with your target variables using past data, that could also be useful.
But still, we have to check the output.
Yeah, it's just the best guess, and it could be useful, just for checking your thinking, and is there anything you've missed, things like that.
Sure. So we've gone through quite a lot of content with research and optimization and some of the content creation ideas that right now could be used with machine learning. The link below will have a download which Dr. Sherrah has put together, where you can learn about some of these tools and all the keywords that he's mentioned along the way. Thank you so much for watching. Look forward to seeing you again.